Bow. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Big MBK Jay. This is the MBK Jay Show, episode 12. Now, look, I normally have a guest. Not today. It is what it is. But guess what? I got some topics for you guys, some things that's been on my timeline, some things I want to talk about. And yeah, let's get right into it, y'all. So, look, first off, I want to talk about the Trevor Rudolph case. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, there was recently a trial case that was a murder trial of this ex-football player named Trevor, and kind of set up what the scene was. In Florida about 2 years ago, him and his girl, Dominique, got into a little altercation. Now, it was mostly Dominique assaulting her boyfriend. Now, these two kind of dated. They was on some like on and off type of thing. You know how that all go. Now, Dominique went through some phone. Ain't like what, she's seen. So, she decided to put the hands on that boy. So she, on this Ring camera footage, was punching him in the back of the head, all this other stuff. My son never went and touched her, any of that other stuff. Shout out to him. Won't condone men hitting women. Man, if you get hit, lead a relationship. Simple as possible. Because if you put your hands back, it's a tough road ahead. Now, the interesting part about this case was, after this whole thing, she saw the messages and everything, she decided to then text her brother that had friends and be like, yo, Trevor pushed me, did all this. Now, keep in mind, he did push her back, but to get her off of him from attacking him, because she was attacking him. So she was like, oh, it's up for you, So she's texting her boyfriend, and it's like, texting the brother like, yo, he put his hands on me, And you know how brothers is. They like, what, word, cool, we gonna talk to him. So in the middle of the night, him and his friends decide to go to Trevor's crib, pay him a visit. Now, a lot ended up happening where they knocked on the door. The brother of Trevor came out. They tried beating up him, and then Trevor actually came out. He ended up getting a gun, came out, started shooting. He even ran down the street with these guys, started shooting. I believe he had an assault rifle, which is just an AR, and he had the drum round too on it. Like, he had the 100 rounds. He shot like 40 out of the 100 rounds. Killed 2 of the guys out of the 4 that popped up at his crib. Now, he was on trial for murder. Murder, like that, plus like attempted murder of 4. So he was facing like 25 to life, no parole, 4 times. Like, that's what it was looking like for him. So the big thing on the case was, the fact that Dominique lied. It was like, he hit him. Or even the fact that, she sent her brothers out on a crash out mission. Luckily, he was able to be found not guilty, but it was just a lot to kind of shake any guy up. The fact that, somebody could pretty much put a hit out on you because she texted the brother like, yo, you need to shoot his shit up. The brothers even said, yo, he a dead man walking. Now, this is all before Trevor actually seen the message. And this is part of the reason why I feel like the prosecutors of Florida was like, okay, who do we go after? Do we go over Dominique and the actual criminals? Or do we actually go over Trevor? Do we go after Trevor? And I was surprised that they went over Trevor. Now, the DA, not the DA, but the prosecutors could be like, well, they kind of weigh out their options. Do we go after the people that popped up, or do we go over the full murder trial? Now, personally, I feel like, they're trying to just go after the murder trial and actually try to, just get another black man convicted at this point, because that's how confused it all felt that they went after Trevor versus, the 4 dudes that actually popped up at the crib. And I guess the big thing of the case was not that he was set up, it's the fact that he chased after them. And keep in mind, it's in Florida, where Florida got their stand their ground law, but you have to have a perceivable threat to you continuously. Like, so let's say somebody got a gun, they just got done shooting at you. If they turn the opposite way, face their back towards you, you're not allowed to shoot them because they're no longer a target. It doesn't matter, 3 seconds ago they just got done shooting at you. That's kind of the way the law is. In New York, it's like, yo, they turn this a little bit away, you cannot shoot. Like, so it's a tough case to beat. Now, if he did if he did kill them, let's say in his front yard with an actual thing, you know, they got this thing called Castro Doctrine. And by the way, this is no legal advice. I don't want y'all to be like, well, technically, Jay said. But if he would have shot like in front of the house or wherever the case may be, he would have probably got the case dismissed right then and there. There probably wouldn't even have been a case. Now, the crazy thing about all this, Dominique actually got upset at Trevor for talking to other girls while she was actually married. This was a married woman throughout the whole time of the relationship. Married. I don't know if they were like technically separated or whatever the case may be, but I thought this was wild. Now I want to know too, like, what do you guys think? Do you think Trevor beat the case fairly? Do you think it was kind of like, all right, we all kind of understand the situation. The jurors were just like, you know, they sent them to get murdered. Like, the girl, that's what the girl did. Now, after Trevor actually got the not guilty verdict, he decided to go on IG Live. And, you know, he started, you know, hitting the flex. Now, I knew Trevor was a hood nigga at heart. I knew he was. So, you know, he playing that little Dirk, no auto. He's like, damn, what's that one line Dirk say? He's like, yo, homie died because you gassed him up. Trevor on there, bow, bow with the finger. Like, he's celebrating. Now, I ain't mad at him. I know some people are like, man, you don't got to do that. But, yo, you just have 4 dudes try to come to your house and murder you. Possibly your mother that was there, the mom was there, the brother was getting beat up. So it's like, you know, son really was like in a fight for his life. So, you know, I definitely feel like Trevor deserved that win. I hope they put my son in the CFL or the NFL. I don't think the NFL going to try to touch him with that whole situation. But look, you know, you got to stay out of trouble. And, yo, I feel like this is a message specifically for women. I think we got to stop this whole I'm going to call my brothers thing up. Because if you saw her testimony on the stand, keep in mind, her brother friends died, 2 of them. She didn't show no sympathy. It didn't feel like, you know, you didn't even think nobody died. You would have thought, like, oh, kids being kids. Like, they just fought it out. No. So it's like, really just more of a lesson to guys. Don't be quick to jump into a situation that you don't fully understand. And then, 2, that wasn't the best way to resolve it. Bring guns in the middle of the night. Like, let me know. If somebody come at your door, 4 deep, hoodied up, knocking on your door hard, like the cops is there, at like 12 a.m., how you going to operate? How you going to feel? So, yeah, I want to know. How y'all feel about that? Let me know in the comments. So, moving on to my next topic, I wanted to talk about the DC Young Fly. Now, if you're not in tune with DC Young Fly, he has a girl that he's been messing with for a long time. I don't believe that they were married, but they definitely had a few kids together, considered life partners. His girlfriend, Jackie O, I can't remember. Jackie O. She decided to get a mommy makeover done. Now, I believe she recently had a child under a year before she got this operation. Now, she traveled to Miami. She actually took a photo with the surgeon, and the surgeon posted it on their IG. Since then, took it down. And, you know, she was on interviews talking about how she didn't, you know, appreciate her body to the fullest because of the state that it was in due to having kids, you know, just life and everything and aging. And, you know, she constantly was like, you know, you see the things on social media and everything and, you know, makes you want to kind of, you know, do a little something about yourself. Now, I'm sure DC Young Fly loved his girl to death and everything, but she still decided to get the mommy makeover. Now, unfortunately, she passed away due to the operation. We're not sure exactly what was the cause, but it was after the surgery while she was in her hotel room recovering. Now, I did just find out that after these type of surgery, there are usually like a post-surgery recovery center that you go to and everything that you kind of, after your big surgery. Because if you don't know, mommy makeovers, they consist typically of like 2 or more surgeries. It's not usually just a single surgery. So it's a lot to get done, especially after having a kid and everything. So with me personally, I kind of took away from the situation, kind of hoping that, maybe there will be some women out there that's thinking about getting operations done, and thinking about going the natural route for, trying to improve the body. And, some things working out just can't do. So, I understand of the lifestyle, her being a celeb, and then her getting older and actually seeing like other people, just always getting these surgeries. You see it more glorified than it being infamous. So I feel like I can't blame her, but this is a risk that people take when they're going underneath those tables, on those tables. So I gotta know, how do you guys feel about that? And also too, Azealia Banks surprisingly had a lot to say about this. She went after DC Young Fly specifically. Now, if you're not up to date what really happened, about 4 years ago, Azealia Banks went on Wild 'N Out. Her and DC Young Fly kind of got on some tit for tat. She was trying to call him a colorist, kind of talk about she was trying to diminish her beauty, and all these other things that even when you watch the clip on YouTube and everything, you're kind of like, huh? Like, it was kind of dragged out on Azealia part. Now, she kind of just went off in this huge rant. She kind of got, I'm not sure what it's called. Some people would call it spiritual. I wouldn't necessarily call it that, but she was kind of into this. Oh, she died she was 32, she's 32, and this whole number thing. Like, she was big on like the fact that the numbers of the days of the deaths and the time and with her birthday, it was a lot going on. It just seemed a lot extra. And honestly, I'm just like, I'm surprised after 4 years later, she would come out still with all this hatred in her heart towards this person and kind of pin a whole death not even a week later of like this tragedy. Lord, y'all gonna kill me for the stutter. But Lord, just notice, I feel like she needs to do some healing herself. I feel like that's a lot to kind of hold in for so long. And, people grieve at different rates and everything, but for that, I think it was totally uncalled for. I think it definitely showed a lot of insecurities. I looked at a lot of different blogs and looked into the comments to see how the general like consensus was, and it was just like, girl, get help. Like you're bugging out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but that was Azealia Banks. Definitely uncalled for. Let me know what you guys think. Up next, we had the Summer Jam concert. A whole bunch of artists. Yo, they was putting females on the map with this one. I ain't gonna lie. Who they had? They had Ice Spice out there. She caught a lot of attention. Ice Spice, they said she popped a coochie out at one point. All she did was just bend over, her signature dance, but she had a little short skirt. I don't think nobody saw really any panties, but, she was covering, her coochie or whatever. So, people going to speculate and all this other type of stuff. But we also had, Kenzo B. She got brought up by Ice Spice. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I know a lot of people expect me to be a Kenzo hater because, she did me dirty and everything with the contract. But it's kind of just like, yo, you see what you start, I feel like that's dope. She getting brought up. She's still upholding this career. I'm kind of still over the whole situation. And, at this point, too, I know some people are like, man, can you still take credit for what she's been doing now? Personally, I feel like, honestly, you play a role if you started it. But, you know, at the point now, she got her own management team. I know she was working close with French and Warner and everything like that. I'm pretty sure they're still doing everything with her label. So she making some good PR moves, especially Ice Spice shouting her out on Twitter and everything afterwards. They taking flicks and everything. You know, I can't be too mad. That's another thing I can still talk about on my resume. So, you know, shout out to Kenzo. Keep doing your thing at the end of the day. What's next? So, look, we have Blueface. He's bugging out. He just robbed something in Las Vegas. They didn't say if it was a store, a place, a person. But he got locked up for robbery. You know, Twitter had a field day with this. They talking about, see, karma this. Somebody said something about Erykah Badu put a spell on son. I don't even know what that's all about. You know, there's a part of me that don't want people to be like just going hard on Blueface. You just got arrested and everything. But, you know, you did the crime. I ain't surprised. And plus, too, their whole relationship with Krishan. You know, it's crazy to see everybody, well, not everybody, but people go from Blueface fans to Krishan baby fans. And I said Krishan baby. Krishan rock fans, especially her being pregnant and everything. But even before then, she was gaining this a massive fans from the whole thing she started with Blueface, them having a show and just progressing. Now, do you think people should be going this hard over Blueface? You know, you're going through tough times and this whole thing, or is it F Blueface to him too because of his whole relationship with Krishan? Are you on the bandwagon? I didn't know. Let me know in the comments, y'all. Next coming up, we got a rapper named Sky the Finest. Now, I never heard of this artist. The only reason why she's popping my headlines because she got shot in the face, y'all. She got shot, I believe, twice in the face. Now, the part that made her go viral was the fact that she went online to start trolling to her ops that shot her in the face. Now, there was a TikTok that went viral in a music video of a guy rapping, "I'm still alive. I'm still alive." And she kind of followed suit in the thing, like the trend. And I'm like, okay. At what point are we like, yo, like, you just got shot twice, medical bills on God knows what, probably gonna deal with some traumatic trauma later on, whatever conditions you deal with, brain injury, face injury, whatever. And you trolling your ops? Now, I love the comments whenever somebody posts a video like this and them getting shot and they talking about they still alive. They're like, bro, you gotta stop for they spin back. And you know her, she like, yo, she don't make music about shooting people, none of this other stuff, none of that gangster stuff. She make music about making money and all that. But I'm like, you still trolling, like, when is enough enough? I think people definitely dragging it on IG. If I get shot, I'm focused on recovering. Knock on wood. I don't know what is with these people. Shorty, what's her name? Sky the Finest. Focus on recovering. Because you're bugging out. You're bugging out. Now, these Kia boys, we got to talk about because they wilding out. Now, in Milwaukee, a Kia boy, well, there's a bunch of Kia boys in this car, another Kia case, you know, they crash, all this other stuff. Now, one of the Kia boys died in the car. Now, I thought he was in the trunk of the car. Turns out, some was in the back seat on the floor. He died from the car crash. But the police didn't find out 4 days after the fact, after they towed the car to the tow yard. And I'm like, how do y'all not look in the back seat? Like, they just put it on the bed. They put it on the tow truck, got it to the place, took it down. Nobody looked inside. Now, don't get me wrong. These Kia boys, they getting cars left and right. I know tow trucks is getting that bag from these Kia boys. But to check the back seats and to find the body 4 days later? Now, what I wanted to know is, because there was an accident and another Kia boy went to the hospital, why he ain't be like, yo, where my man's at? Like, now, he's probably thinking, like, just did a crime, got keep quiet, all this other stuff, but who knows? Maybe his boy wasn't, like, completely dead in the back when they crashed or whatever, and he just ain't say nothing? Like, I'm confused, but, that's wicked. I really want to know your opinion on this. Should we be feeling bad for the kid boy? Because, the mom is boo-hoo crying on the news and all this other stuff. Your son's a criminal. Mom, look at me. Your son's a criminal. Pack it up. And I probably should be keeping the same energy for Blueface too, but, I can't condone the stealing of vehicles and all this other stuff. You leaving people without rides to get to work. Kia making these people still pay for these cars. Insurance ain't doing nothing. Like, and he crashed too. So, like, you know what? And this is the thing too about these whole Kia boys. They steal the car not even to joyride. They do it just to go like this with the wheel. Like, so I'm just like, my son died for nothing. Like, dad, nothing. Like, I really wonder how that mother feel. Like, your son died being a dumbass. Like, respectfully. But, that's another key boy in the blunt. That's dead. Crazy. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Y'all know how I feel. My last topic of the day. I'm all you Asian doll fans. Y'all really be, every time I make an Asian doll video, clip, whatever, they always in my comments for y'all. So Asian doll, she got caught lying, Now Asian doll, she known to be hopping for a relationship, dick to dick, that some might say. And, she got caught again. Now, it was this person named Lil James. I guess something happened on the net, and Asian doll was like, nah, we ain't never talked. We was never a thing. I think it was like maybe his new shorty found out, something like that, whatever the case. Now, she was pretty much trying to, like, dog Lil James, whatever, right? Asian doll. And it turns out they was in a whole relationship because Lil James shorty posted a vid like, yo, ain't this y'all kissing? And they Asian doll smiling, all this other junk. And I'm like, so what you call this, Asian doll? So, Asian doll fans, I know y'all gonna be mad. I don't give a fuck, respectfully. Y'all know what y'all can do. Pretty sure there's gonna be a few of y'all in the comments. But hey, like I said, Asian doll caught in another lie. How that make y'all feel? That's been another episode. I ain't got too many more topics after that. Should I do this more often? Y'all want to see my face more with the little what's going on in the news and everything? I'm going to try to get these out quick because I swear, like, if something happened a week ago in the news, y'all don't care no more. But it's been your boy, Big MBK Jay. This has been episode 12 of the MBK Jay Show. And we out of here. Bow.